Welcome to the deep dive. Everyone's looking for that spark, right? To ignite rapid business growth in today's digital world.
Yeah, it feels like you need to be everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it can feel pretty overwhelming, the complexity of it all.
For sure.
And if you're thinking about supercharging your social media presence as part of that, maybe boosting your profile visibility, you might want to check out rapidboost.net. They've got tools for that.
Your tip.
But today, we're really zeroing in on one really powerful tool, Instagram ads, and how you can actually use them for fast, effective business growth.
Right. We've got a pretty comprehensive guide we're drawing from here.
We do. And our mission, really, is to cut through all the noise. If you've ever felt a bit daunted by all the ad types on Instagram or the metrics, the targeting tools.
It's just easy to feel, honestly. There's a lot there.
Totally. You're not alone.
Yeah.
So we're here to demystify it. Over the next little while, we'll dig into why Instagram ads work so well for rapid growth.
The different formats available.
How to actually make ads that convert.
That's the key part.
The art and science of targeting, budgeting.
Which metrics actually matter.
And finally, how to scale things up once you find what works.
Sounds good.
Our goal is pretty straightforward. Give you actionable steps, real insights, so you can use Instagram ads for actual business growth. Doesn't matter what your niche is, or your budget, or even your experience level right now.
Ready to jump in.
Let's do it.
All right. So why Instagram ads? Why are they this potential fast track to growth?
Good question.
Well, Instagram isn't just for sharing photos anymore, right? It's really evolved. It's become this serious engine for business growth.
It really has. It's not just a feeling. It's where tons of potential customers are. And they're not just scrolling passively.
No, they're actively discovering things, considering purchases.
That's a huge point the guide makes. Instagram is a shopping hub now. Think about this stat from Meta. 90% of users follow at least one business.
90%. That's almost everyone on the platform.
Exactly. So people are open to connecting with brands there. And get this, over 70% of self-described shopping enthusiasts find new products right on Instagram.
Wow. So they're already in that discovery mindset.
Precisely. So if you place your ads strategically, you're inserting your offer right into that discovery journey. You're meeting them where their interest is already high.
It makes perfect sense. Aligning with how people actually use the platform. And the real power, I think, comes from the targeting precision.
Oh, absolutely.
This isn't like old school marketing where you just blast a message out. Meta's data lets you get super specific. Demographics, sure, but also interests, behaviors.
Right. The guide gives some good examples, like say you sell eco-friendly baby clothes.
Okay.
You could target parents interested in sustainability, maybe people following certain environmental groups. Or if you run online coding courses.
You could target people interested in tech careers, maybe those who've looked at other online learning sites.
Exactly. It's like this laser pointer to find the exact people most likely to buy from you. Not shouting at everyone, but having a focused chat with the right people.
And then there's the speed and measurability. Thinking about that rapid growth goal.
Crucial.
Unlike some traditional marketing, where tracking results is murky and slow, Instagram gives you almost real-time analytics.
Yeah, you see reach, clicks, conversions, cost per action, pretty much right away.
That immediate feedback loop is gold. You know what's working and what's not fast.
You're not flying blind. And the guide really stresses the scalability this allows if an ad's doing well.
You can easily bump the budget, tweak the audience slightly, try a new creative.
Just a few clicks. That agility, that responsiveness, that's what enables that fast-track growth.
Precisely. So you've got the audience in discovery mode, the super precise targeting, and then the ability to measure and scale based on real data. That's a powerful mix for growth.
Okay, so the why is definitely clear. Now, what about the what? The actual ad formats on Instagram. The guide makes a really good point. You got to align the format with your business goal for the fastest results.
Right. This is key for you listening. What do you want the ad to achieve? Brand awareness, website traffic, leads, direct sales.
Because your answer really dictates which format makes the most sense.
Exactly.
Let's look at the main ones. First up, feed ads. These pop up in the main Instagram feed, right?
Yep, mixed in with regular posts. They can use images, carousels, videos.
The guide says they're great for visually showing off products, telling a brand story, or maybe like a before and after.
They're versatile. The guide mentions a boutique eyewear brand using a carousel. Each slide shows different glasses on a person.
Okay.
And each slide has a Shop Now button. Super direct path from seeing it to potentially buying it.
Nice. Okay, then there are Stories ads. These are the full-screen vertical ones.
Right. They take over the whole screen, disappear after 24 hours.
So, good for urgency. Flash sales, limited offers, announcements.
Perfect for that. Also good for more casual, behind-the-scenes stuff. And here's a stat. Instagram says 58% of people get more interested in a brand after seeing it in stories.
58%. That's significant impact for something that's temporary.
That immersive full-screen feel really grabs attention differently than a feed post. It feels more immediate, more personal.
Makes sense. Then Reels ads. These are like the short TikTok-style videos.
Exactly. Short-form, full-screen videos integrated into the Reels tab. Huge viral potential.
So what are they best for? Quick product demos.
Yeah, quick demos, user-generated content reshared, snappy brand intros. The key is they need to feel native to Reels, entertaining, engaging.
Less like a hard sell, more like fun content.
Pretty much. If it's creative and engaging, people might not even see it as an ad initially.
Okay, good tip. Now for e-commerce folks listening, shopping ads, these seem crucial.
Absolutely. They let people buy products directly within Instagram, no leaving the app.
That streamlines things massively, right?
Yeah.
From seeing it to buying it super quick.
It's all about reducing friction. Fewer steps mean higher conversion probability. Shopping ads make it incredibly convenient.
Got it. And the guide also mentions Explore ads, appearing in the Explore tab where people look for new stuff.
Right. Reaching people actively discovering who might not follow you yet but have related interests. And they briefly touch on IGTV ads, too, for longer videos if that's part of your strategy, like deeper brand stories or tutorials.
Okay, lots of options. It can feel overwhelming again.
Right, but you don't need to use them all at once. The pro tip in the guide is solid. Start with just 1 or 2 formats that really match your main goal and what you can realistically create.
Test those first.
Exactly. Track performance carefully, see what works, then expand based on that data, find what clicks with your audience.
That makes total sense. Don't spread yourself thin. Focus, test, then build out based on results.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know the why and the what. Let's get into the how, actually building ads that work, that convert.
Yeah, this is critical. The guide really stresses that just throwing up any old image or generic text won't cut it.
No kidding.
Your creative needs to stop the scroll, build trust, and actually push people to take action.
It's that mix of art and science again, isn't it?
It really is. You need to present your great product or service compellingly visually for this platform.
So, strategy 1. Nail the visuals. Crisp, authentic, on brand.
And absolutely mobile optimized. That's huge.
The Allbirds case study they mentioned was interesting. Using softer colors, real customer photos.
And got a 47% higher engagement rate than their polished product shots.
Wow. That really shows the power of authenticity.
Definitely. People connect with real, relatable stuff, especially on Instagram, where everything can look so perfect. Authenticity builds trust, makes your brand feel more human.
Okay, visuals nailed. What about the words? The copy?
Right, the copy. That 125-character limit before it gets cut off in the feed.
Needs those first words or everything.
You got it. Lead with the benefits, hit those pain points or desires, and always have a clear call to action.
The example was good. Not check out our new jackets.
Yeah. Beat the Chill Discover lightweight warmth made for adventure. Speaks to a need, offers a solution. Much stronger.
Concise and benefit-driven. Got it. And consistency in branding.
Super important. Colors, logos, fonts, the voice, the style, keep it consistent across all ads.
Why is that so crucial?
It builds recognition, builds trust over time. People see that consistent look and feel. They start to remember you, feel familiar with your brand. It's like your visual signature.
Makes sense. Instantly recognizable. Okay, what about using content from other people? UGC and influencers.
Hugely powerful. User-generated content, or UGC. People trust recommendations from peers or influencers. They follow way more than direct brand ads.
So repurpose customer photos? With permission, obviously.
Always with permission. Or partner with relevant influencers for authentic, real-life demos. That social proof is invaluable.
Seeing other real people using and liking the product lowers the barrier for new customers.
Exactly. Feels less like an ad, more like a trusted recommendation.
And the guide also says, test video versus static images.
Definitely test. Short, vertical videos often kill it on Instagram. They convey a lot quickly. But always A/B test to see what your audience responds to for your message.
Okay, and optimizing for silent viewing. That stat was wild.
Yeah, 85% watch videos with the sound off.
85. So you absolutely need strong visuals, captions, or on-screen text for the key messages. Can't rely on audio.
Critical. Think about where people scroll work, public transport, sound isn't always on. Your video needs to make sense visually, first and foremost.
So all these creative strategies really aim to make your ad stand out, build trust, and clearly show your value.
That's the goal. Get those elements right, and you're way closer to ads that actually convert.
It's about crafting that compelling visual story that connects emotionally and makes people want to take the next step.
Exactly. Whether that's learning more, visiting the site, or hitting buy.
Okay, awesome creative is sorted. But getting it in front of the right people and managing the budget, equally vital for that rapid growth.
For sure. The guide is blunt. Spending money on the wrong audience is just waste.
Totally. So let's unpack targeting and budgeting.
This is where the science part really kicks in. Good targeting means your great message actually reaches people likely to care, maximizing your ROI.
The guide breaks down targeting options. First, core audiences.
Right. That's targeting by demographics, age, gender, location, plus interests and behaviors people show on the platform, often the starting point.
So for like a local bookstore.
You could target people in a certain radius interested in books, reading specific authors. It lets you narrow things down significantly.
Okay. Then, custom audiences. These sound powerful.
They are. You reach people who've already interacted with you somehow. Website visitors, email list subscribers, people who engaged with your Instagram profile.
So, re-engaging a warmer audience.
Exactly. They already know you a bit, so retargeting them can be really effective in moving them towards converting.
And the third type, lookalike audiences.
Very cool feature. You tell Instagram, find me new people who look like my best customers. The algorithm finds users with similar characteristics and behaviors. Great for expanding your reach intelligently.
So, how do you start? Which audience first?
The guide's pro tip is good. Start tight. Define your audience narrowly based on who you think is your ideal customer. Then watch the performance data.
And expand based on what actually works.
Exactly. Start focused, then broaden strategically as you learn. You can always tweak your targeting based on real results.
Makes sense. Now, budgeting. How much should you spend?
The guide suggests starting relatively small, maybe $10, $20 a day per campaign when you're testing.
Okay, test the waters first.
Right. Then, crucially, increase the spend on the ads that are actually working, that are delivering results, and be super clear on your objective for each campaign.
Traffic, leads, sales, app installs.
Yeah, because your budget allocation might change depending on that goal. The sauce startup example they gave was great.
Right, $500 over 2 weeks, targeting people who downloaded their ebook.
And got a 4x ROI on trial signups. Shows the power of focused budget on a specific, relevant, custom audience.
It's not just the total spend, it's how you spend it.
Precisely. Right audience, right message, right time.
What about automatic versus manual placements? Feed, stories, reels.
Instagram usually recommends automatic placements. Their algorithm figures out the best places to show your ad to maximize results.
But you can choose manually.
You can. Might be useful if you want super specific control or have creative tailored perfectly for, say, just stories. But for many, especially starting out, automatic is often a good way to let the system optimize for you.
Got it. And they mentioned retargeting again for quick wins.
Yeah, using those custom audiences, showing ads specifically to people who visited your site but didn't buy, or added to cart but didn't check out.
That little reminder ad, like forget something.
Exactly. It can be super effective in bringing them back to finish the purchase. It's often called low-hanging fruit because these people have already shown interest.
So key takeaways for targeting and budget. Know your customer, know your goal, start focused, spend smart, and test, test, test.
You nailed it. It's an ongoing process. Learn from the data, refine your audience, adjust your budget, continuously optimize.
Okay, ads are running, but are they actually working? How do we know? Measuring success is obviously critical.
Absolutely. The guide really hammers this home. A focus on the right metrics, not just vanity numbers.
So let's talk KPIs, key performance indicators.
This is where the data focus is essential. You can't just launch and hope. You need to track KPIs to understand what's driving results and where to improve.
First up, impressions and reach. Basic awareness metrics.
Yep, impressions are total time shown. Reach is unique, people who saw it. Good starting point for visibility.
But it doesn't tell you if people cared, right?
Exactly, that's why you need more.
Like CTR, click-through rate. Percentage who saw the ad and clicked.
Right. Key engagement metric shows if your ad creative and targeting are resonating. Are people interested enough to click?
A high CTR generally means you're on the right track with the ad itself.
Generally, yes. Suggests relevance.
Then CPC and CPA, cost per click and cost per action.
Your efficiency metrics. How much are you paying per click? CPC. And more importantly, how much does it cost to get the result you want, like a lead or a sale, CPA.
These tell you if it's financially sustainable.
Vital. You could have a great CTR, but if the CPA is too high, the campaign isn't really working for the business.
And the ultimate metric for many, ROAS, return on ad spend.
The bottom line, how much revenue are you making for every dollar spent on ads? Direct measure of profitability.
Positive ROAS means your ads are making more money than they cost. That's the goal.
For most businesses, yes. Strong indicator of success.
The guide also stresses tracking conversions accurately, using the metapixel.
Essential. That little bit of code on your website tracks actions, purchases, signups that came from your Instagram ads. Connects the dots.
So you see the full impact, not just the clicks.
Exactly. Crucial for optimization and knowing what's really driving business results.
And optimizing means A/B testing, right? Split testing different things.
Absolutely indispensable. Test images, headlines, calls to action, even audiences against each other. Small changes can make a huge difference.
Like that online course creator example. Video testimonial beat an animated text ad.
By 60% on signups and halved the cost per lead. Shows the power of testing different creative approaches.
Wow. Never assume, always test.
Exactly. Systematically test even subtle elements.
And the final point here, adjust based on insights. Review data weekly.
At least weekly, yeah. See what's working, what's not. Pause the losers, reinvest in the winners, tweak targeting, creative CTAs based on the data. It's not set it and forget it.
Definitely not. It's a continuous cycle.
Analysis, optimization, refinement. The more you watch the data and adjust, the better your results will get over time.
So measuring success means focusing on KPIs tied to your goals, tracking conversions properly with the pixel, A/B testing relentlessly, and constantly adapting based on data.
That's the path from just spending money to actually driving growth, turning data into actionable insights.
Okay, we've covered a ton. Why ads work, formats, creative, targeting, budgeting, measuring. Now, let's talk about taking it up a notch. Advanced strategies for scaling success and integrating ads into the bigger marketing picture.
Right. Once you've found campaigns that are consistently delivering, the next step is figuring out how to amplify that success responsibly. Scaling winners and making sure ads fit with everything else you're doing, that's key for long-term sustainable growth.
The guide suggests scaling budgets carefully, not just doubling down instantly.
Yeah, gradual increases, maybe 15–20% every few days on a winning ad set.
Why gradual?
Helps avoid shocking the algorithm's learning phase, keeps performance more stable. Big jumps can sometimes mess with delivery efficiency.
Okay, slow and steady wins the scaling race. What about mixing paid and organic?
Smart strategy. Use ad budget to boost your best performing organic posts or stories.
So people see your brand in both paid and organic contexts.
Exactly. That repeated exposure builds trust and familiarity, creates more cohesive brand presence. Seeing you consistently makes your brand more memorable and credible.
Makes sense. It reinforces the message. And for e-commerce businesses, using Instagram shopping and checkout.
Big advantage. Enable direct purchases from your profile and within ads. Shortens that funnel right down.
Makes it super easy to buy the moment they see something they like.
Right. Reducing steps, reducing friction that usually means more sales conversions. Make it seamless.
And finally, using the audience insights you gather from ads.
So valuable. Export your ad reports. Build detailed customer personas based on that real data, not just guesses.
And use that data for more than just ads.
Absolutely. Let it inform your email marketing, your website content, even future product development. It tells you so much about your target customer interests, behaviors, what messages work. Apply those insights everywhere.
So scaling isn't just about spending more. It's strategic budget increases, integrating paid and organic, using platform features like shopping, and leveraging data across all marketing.
Exactly. Building a sustainable growth engine where Instagram ads are a key part, working together with everything else to drive lasting results.
Okay, wow. That was a really comprehensive deep dive. Let's try and boil it down to the core actionable takeaways, the stuff people can actually go and do today.
Yeah, like a quick checklist to get started or to optimize what you're already doing.
Okay, step 1, define your goal. Pick one clear, measurable objective per campaign. Traffic, leads, sales.
Step 2, select the best ad format. Match it to that goal. Stories for urgency, shopping for e-com sales, feed for visual storytelling.
3, craft scroll-stopping creative. Fresh visuals, on-brand, mobile first. Concise, benefit-driven copy, test video.
4, pinpoint your audience. Start tight with core or custom audiences. Expand using lookalikes based on performance data. Focused first, then broaden.
5, Launch with a modest test budget. Commit to maybe a 2-week test. Monitor those KPIs daily. Learn what works initially.
6. Analyze and optimize. A/B test everything creative, copy, CTAs. Iterate based on the data. Never stop refining.
7. Retarget for maximum ROI. Set up campaigns for website visitors or past engagers who didn't convert. High potential returns there.
8. Scale and integrate. Gradually increase spend on your winners. Make your paid and organic efforts work together strategically.
And finally, 9. Learn and expand. Reinvest profits in new tests. Try new things based on feedback and data. Keep learning.
It really is that continuous cycle. Learn, test, optimize, scale. Do that consistently, and your Instagram ad strategy will become incredibly effective.
So there you have it. Leveraging Instagram ads effectively is this blend, isn't it? The art of irresistible visuals and compelling copy, plus the science of hyper-targeting, data analysis, and scaling what works.
Absolutely. And it's important to remember, like the guide points out, it's a powerful tool, but not magic. It needs strategy, effort, and that willingness to learn and adapt.
Couldn't agree more. So the main thing is to just start. Define your goals. Experiment with creative. Use the targeting tools. Then watch your metrics closely. Adjust as needed. And don't be afraid to try new things. And hey, if you are looking for that extra edge to boost your overall Instagram presence, remember rapidboost.net is out there.
Yeah, the digital world keeps changing, but visual interactive communication is definitely the future of business connection. Instagram ads are a key way to tap into that and unlock real, lasting growth.
So we really encourage you, start that journey, put these ideas into practice, and watch your brand succeed on Instagram. Thanks for tuning in to this deep dive.